that's the fourth run at his peak.
Yeah, easily his best performance to date. So to make it through that and make it to top 8, which it was a 3-0 by the way.
Dominant fashion. Shut down the boy. Yeah, no, so we've got Rakai and elkiies coming up here. Oh, nice. Thank you, production.
Beautiful.
Rakai and elkiies going to kick us off. We're going to continue on the loser side. Kusi versus Giga. That should be an interesting one. Kusi knocked down early by the man you see sitting in the other part of the bracket. Winner semis. Darai playing against Soul Rifle. And of course,
Cake Salt Cheesy.
Cake Assault.
Been kind of a staple this year, honestly.
Over and over and over again. Now, you were telling me they took a game last time they played, so
yes, I think.
Question.
I think Cheesy took a game last time they played. They played so many times, I might be mixing it up.
Yeah, but they play together sometimes. I mean, but like you said, it's Cheesy regularly like right around the 4 seed.
Yes.
And by default, usually places up to, if not above, their seed. So right into Cake every time, and congratulations on being consistent. You get to play Cake Assault.
Yeah, for real. That's just kind of how it goes. But we're getting started here. Looks like elkiies wins the ever so important rock, paper, scissors. And the gate span right away is interesting.
I don't hate it just because just the way Raster can move around those two side platforms, especially when they're extended out. Jules Veil being an interesting pick here. Obviously, we're going to see a lot of Lily out here and right in the center stage for us. I can only imagine using that as kind of your placeholder when you're going and in between these neutral settings.
Yeah, I think the big thing that you're looking for here is like, I'm going to play grounded neutral better than you, and we can't go to FD. That's pretty much what it is. Abyss is banned or unavailable, and you want the flatness of the stage.
More or less, more or less. A lot of this is going to be contested in that either ground or near ground situation like you were talking about. These quick little mark and remarks from elkiies so far has proved very helpful to her throughout her bracket run already. So we'll see how this continues for her and see what her options are. And that's
man! The thing I love about the way elkiies plays Maple is it is specifically tailored to kill these lightweight characters.
Yep.
Like, she makes these crazy reads, and if she's successful one time, they're gone at like 60.
Ooh, oh, what a turnaround there from Rakai, though. Really, really smooth stuff. Doesn't let that first stock kind of get to him. See how this continues out here, because already marked, already at 41%. I mean, Dinos, you already said it. This is kind of prime stock percentage right now.
Oh, yeah. Once you get that raster to like 60 or so, that was such a great remark. Rakai just didn't know where to go.
Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Let's see.
Getting some good neutral. Oh, man. Every time the raster is looking for that air dodge, that's where it gets absolutely terrifying.
Do they guess right?
Yeah, exactly. That's when you have to start worrying about, like, okay, when is raster going to throw out the up air? And if you get hit by the up air, well, you're probably dead.
That was actually super sick there. Goes for the neutral leader recover, detects the Lily spot, continues the string, and then takes the stock off of it as well. Presence of mind the entire time through. Wouldn't expect anything less.
Ooh, those iframes are important. Catching the landing here, but she manages to sneak on by with that down B.
So right now, this is kind of a tough spot because, Rakai's one kind of real big mistake away from losing. Losing the game, I suppose. I was going to say the stock or the neutral exchange, but sometimes you just fall off the bottom. It happens.
You literally, the second that the words "one big mistake" left your mouth, they misinputted the side special. Oh, that is so unfortunate. But can't let it shake you. You see the focus on their face right now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I don't imagine. You don't make it this far and let something like that really rock you. I am a little bit surprised to see the immediate run back here. We'll see.
Oh, my God.
I was going to say, I could be wrong right off the bat off of that one string, but it does feel like maybe there was some better options out there. Let's see how this goes in the second round. Oh, boy.
Ooh, great air dodge out of that wrap string, but goes right into another one. She's just relentless. She keeps throwing them out.
Yeah, elkiies definitely the type of player to just kind of let those things rip sometime, as we see right there. But it's been kind of a hallmark of her game for a very, very long time now. It's just one of the things where, like, you have so many different ways to play this character, and even when she's playing Crag or something like that, you just have some of these moments where you're just like, huh, what's going on in her brain?
She is certainly one of the most unique players this game has to offer. So it's always really interesting when you see her playing other people that haven't really played her before, at least to my knowledge. Because you have to adapt so much. Because you can't be like, all right, I'm going to do all the normal, like, Maple
stuff.
Exactly. You're like, oh, she's going to stand there and throw F-Strong under the platform.
And it's going to work.
It's going to work.
Top players, new players, mid players, you're just going to get hit by it sometimes.
Ooh, that up clap's going to work too.
Okay. It's hard not to look at them.
It really is sometimes.
And that was a long sequence there of iframes for Rakai there. Doesn't really get too much off of it, but at the very least was definitely invincible for a while.
Oh!
Right, what's the move here?
Yeah, he put himself in a really bad position, but thankfully didn't die for it yet. Oh, what a tether! Not quite getting the kill.
The fact that they both landed on that pet like that was crazy, Dinos.
Yeah, and that's when it gets really scary because you're like, okay, who's gonna swing first? Because whoever does it is dead.
The proverbial shootout at the OK Corral.
Yeah.
All right, this is where strings happen.
Oh, I love that little waveland to get the extra jump back in case you need it. So smart. Ooh, uh-oh. Still has resources.
Uh-oh, indeed. Oh, a little bit of a misinput there from Elkies.
We are officially past the raster percent. Oh, man.
Both these players just trying to find the stock.
Yeah, once you get to like 100 or so, that's when you're playing so much neutral because the raster can't quite find the kill, and you have to go for crazy reads like that. And the up B to take the stock as she is landing. Beautiful stuff. The run back worked out.
Yeah, it was definitely a close one. Definitely some shenanigans in there, and you don't SD your last stock, and that's what happens.
Yeah.
Now you were telling me before Top 8 started that Rakai and several other players from the Oklahoma scene have really kind of brought that region up on their own for recently. That's awesome to see. I love watching new scenes kind of come up like that, and it's been over the course of a couple of years, right?
Yeah, I would say I was first aware of the Oklahoma scene like 2-ish years ago.
Yep.
Like around like after quarantines ended.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they've just been grinding the game like crazy ever since, and here is the payoff. I mean, you have Onesie, who was already a top 50 player, and now you have Rakai making their first top 8 at one of the craziest brackets to happen all year.
Yeah, I mean, guys, if you don't really realize it just yet, I'm sure the people watching at home do. But this is likely the last time we're going to see a major, like, main-centered game of Rivals 1 at Heatwave, right? I mean, with R2 around the corner, you can only expect to kind of see that probably next year, right? So it's kind of fitting to see this new blood come in on this last chance to kind of take it all.
It really is kind of beautiful in a way, you know. As much as I don't want Rivals 1 to leave, of course, but it's just so cool that even so late into the game, there's so many new players that are just making these top 8s. Like Spiker got 9th, the best performance I think he's ever had, and then Rakai, who I think got like 25th last year, making it all the way to losers top 8 and making a name for himself right now. He's up on elkiies.
I was going to say, with a little bit of a lead here, still going to hold on. The counter pick kind of playing against her there for a little bit at the very least.
Yeah, definitely giving just a little bit of extra room for the rest of the DI. That traded, that's amazing.
It was pixel perfect spacing on that. I was not expecting that to trade.
I did not think it could trade. I thought it was just going to get beaten out.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Rakai tries to avoid Lily, gets into the loving arms of Elkie instead, and that's going to be a quick stock. What lead? Where to go?
The lead disappeared, and it has not come back. Oh, she's just carrying all this momentum. She has such a lead to play with now, and on a stage like Fire Capital, where Maple can just ladder you so easily to that top, you're just going to die even faster.
And not even just the ladders, too. You know, it's the simple fact that she can just do all of this and then reset so quickly and just not even have to care.
Absolutely. Oh, she didn't even go for the down strong. I think that was a guaranteed kill.
I was going to say, that's like the math seemed to work there, but yeah, that was a hell of a counter pick there.
Yeah, she counterpicks everyone there. That's her #1 counterpick for sure.
Understandably, I mean, it just makes so much sense for her, makes so much for the character, and just really fantastic stuff. Tempest immediately banned. We've seen that every time so far from Elkies here. Ethereal Gates banned every time as well. Where's the last one going to be? And
Spirit Tree. All these bans make a lot of sense to me. I think this is an interesting pick. In my opinion, this is pretty even in the matchup. I think the big thing you're looking for as Rakai with this pick, though, is definitely just these ladders off the top. Like, you're going to kill it like 60 with up air, up clap. So it's not a bad pick.
Just if you get there is the question, because so much of this so far has just been really just Elkies.
Yes.
Game 2 kind of seeming like an anomaly at this point. We'll see. But, I mean, just fantastic play so far. And even then, just the jab check right there was really confident play.
Oh, just going for a big call out, not quite actually landing it. Yeah, that's death.
That's the confidence, right? I mean, you saw them immediately parry the slipstream, even though it was point blank. Just knew, hey, you're going to pull the trigger on this right now.
Yeah, she, you can tell, sometimes she reads your mind. She's like 4 steps ahead of you at any given point. What for the triple dunk?
A little bit too much dip on the chip with that one.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a little ambitious, and you got to be careful with that, because that's the kind of in that your opponent is looking for.
Oh my god.
But it doesn't even matter. She's just still in control, playing the neutral with these huge call-outs, and Rakai's just falling for them every time.
That's so tough to deal with. I mean, especially with a light of a character as Raster 2. You know, you have to kind of make it work and make it last as long as possible, and you can't do something like that. I mean, every game we've seen one of these where it's 50, 60, 70, 80%, and neither of them super duper heavy in their own right, but you just hope and hope and hope that you're able to hold this out for a little bit longer, and just has not been able to.
Yeah, overextending a little bit off stage. Great parry, gonna find the up tilt. Went for the left. That was such amazing coverage with the Lily. Oh my god! He's just styling on this man right now.
Turning it on at the perfect time. You love to see that. That's when you want to have this kind of roll start. You know, lost her a little bit earlier than she probably expected in bracket, and then continues this run. I mean, was able to play